Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at Gate Stadium, where tonight our War Eagles are going to take on the Bentonville West Wolverines. The rain has gotten out of the way. It's a little cool, a little dreary, but it's going to be a nice night for football. And Coach, War Eagles, coming off a loss last week at Van Buren, certainly walk into a Bentonville West Wolverine team that's on a bit of a roll.
Yeah, they're early in the season, took a couple difficult losses, non-conference. With some injuries, but since then they've been almost perfect with a 45-0 victory last week against Harbor. They're led by quarterback number 12, Dalton McDonald, who's thrown 21 touchdowns this year already. And also Jaden Jackson, an Ole Miss commit. He is a Division I looking wide receiver. So a tall order for the War Eagles this evening. You gotta hope that our War Eagles can put what their pass behind them and just look at this as a one-game season and put their best foot forward.
Yeah, so other side of town too. Both Bentonville schools playing both Rogers schools tonight. So Bentonville and Bentonville West both right now 4-0, and on top of the 7A West, these Wolverines, as you say, went into non-conference, played a tough non-conference schedule. They played Owasso, Oklahoma. They played Fort Smith Southside, and then that's where they got a quarterback hurt early in the season, and then also played Bryant. But that you can see that tough schedule helped prepare them for this run here, and. As you mentioned, McDonald has stepped in, sophomore quarterback. It's nice to have a sophomore quarterback step in and fill in with 21 touchdowns coming off the bench for
you. And, you got to believe that the West coaching staff didn't see that coming, that they could lose a quarterback and still have a guy step in to play as well as they have. So it's going to be a tall order for the War Eagles. It should be a fun night in the 7A West. There's a lot of important games going on, as is one here.
Couple guys banged up for the War Eagles. Reese Williams will miss yet another game tonight. That's 3 weeks in a row for Reese. Linebacker injured, I believe, his knee down at Harbor. Then we actually have Gavin Pusey at nose tackles. Is a big loss, number 71 in the middle of that defense, and I believe we still expect to be without Ty Grazier again tonight, at least not in the starting lineup.
I believe so, and I think Pusey and Williams are big losses, and Pusey with a high ankle sprain and Williams with an MCL sprain. Hopefully those guys can get back and finish their senior year. And but let's start here 0-0. We'll kick it off here in a couple minutes, and maybe things can get going in the right direction.
With injuries and outages come opportunity, right, Coach?
Yes.
Absolutely. Give a chance for somebody else to step up, and we've seen some War Eagles step up in recent weeks. We've seen some good play out of the quarterback position. Seen guys like J.J. Webb step up in the backfield and have some productive days out of the backfield. And those receivers just continue to work hard and plug away and make catches as well. The War Eagles are in the end zone. Bentonville West is about to run through the banner. We're glad you're joining us here. There are some seats available here at the stadium if you want to get out and about. And again, it's actually nice. I walked down here from the house, and earlier in the day you kind of felt like today was a total wash. But as it is, the rain's gotten out of here. It's going to be nice for us tonight and the crafters tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you come, bring something to sit on because the bleachers are wet. But there's no water falling out of the sky, so. Hopefully 10 or 12 years ago, this might have evened the playing field, but on our new surfaces, I don't.
Good slate of games around the conference tonight. As we mentioned, Bentonville is hosting Rogers, that one in Bentonville. Fayetteville's playing Springdale in the Battle of the Bulldogs. That one is down in Fayetteville. And Harbor is playing Van Buren. Harbor hosting Van Buren. That's who both of these teams played last week. War Eagles went down to Van Buren and played tough for a while. Lead got away from us in the second half, and these Bentonville West Wolverines put it on Harbor last week, 45-0.
Yeah, and a big game there with Harbor and Van Buren was, maybe the last one in the playoffs with whoever can pull that one out.
Break through the banner. Cheerleaders and dancers are following them across. And we're about ready for football. There's 20 seconds left on the game clock. I have not seen a flip yet. Did I miss a flip?
I have not seen a flip. Maybe both teams deferred, and we'll start with penalty kicks.
Actually, it looks like West is obviously they're prepared to do something. So actually, it looks like they're going to be kicking off to us. They must have done that in the locker room, maybe, or waiting to get going. The officials have snapped it ready for play. West will be kicking off. If you're viewing us, West is in all white tops, white bottoms, white helmets. The War Eagles are in the home oranges with the navy pants. War Eagles will be moving from left to right on your radio or your phone if you're looking at it on your phone, or if you're seeing us on the app, you'll see us there as well. And we're getting ready to go. Stepping in to kick, Blake McDoulet. And he's going to kick it over our heads and into the end zone. The War Eagles will have it at the 20 following a touchback. So we come out on offense. Will be great to see the War Eagles come on, put a few first downs together, put some doubt in the minds of these War Eagles.
Yeah, and for no other reason than just maybe change the field over a little bit to make sure that West doesn't have their first possession is not a short field.
Zach Brown comes out. He's the quarterback. Brett Lamond is next to him. We're in a 4 wide receiver set with 3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. Again, they're moving from left to right as you listen to us. Inside give to Lamond. Lamond hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to wiggle forward for about 2 yards. The interior, the West defensive line is going to make the stop. Coming off the bottom of the pile for West is number 20, Nick Whitlatch, junior linebacker.
It's an interesting color scheme tonight in that the orange and the blue and the pink socks and the navy and white it's quite pleasant to the eyes.
The pink socks are a nice touch. Absolutely. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Brown back to pass, looks over to the right side. His intended for number 12, Nathan Hodges, going to fall just over his head, incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long early for the War Eagles.
Looked a little confusing there. We had several receivers all in the same area, and the ball was out. It looked like someone might not have run the right route.
The ball landed between us.
A big play here early in the game. Big play.
3rd and they call it 9, a long 8, and we're in an I formation. We're under center. We have twin wide receivers to the right. Fakes a handoff. He's rolling out to the right, being chased by the Wolverines. Does the best he can to get rid of it. Pass was intended to the H-back, the fullback, Thomas Barton, and it goes off of his hands and incomplete, and Zach is down.
And that's not something you want to see in your first series. 3 and out, and your quarterback still down after the 3rd down play.
He's down. He's as a mood. He was being chased. There's really no way of knowing what this one could have been. He had 2 Bentonville West Wolverines chasing him as he gets out of the pocket. As they tend to Zach, they will bring up 4th down and long. Only a half minute gone in this ball game, and we will be punting the football away. But certainly right now the concerns for number 13, Zach Brown, and he rolls over and he's going to be up on his own power and he's going to be walking off. So everything looks okay. Looks like maybe he came down hard, maybe got the wind knocked out of him. But he is coming off without assistance at all. He's also the punter, of course. So now we will have, it looks like number 18, Dylan Glazier, is going to be deep in punt formation. To receive the kick for the Wolverines is number 3, Tucker Swoboda. Tucker's the guy, we're going to hear his name a lot from the receiver position tonight. End over end kick. It's going to come down in War Eagle territory and take a bounce forward. Cross midfield. War Eagles will be there to down it at the Bentonville West Wolverine 45-yard line, and they will take it over from there. Wolverines will start their first possession in good field position at the War Eagle 45-yard line. Wolverines go straight to the line of scrimmage. They do not huddle. The tailback, number 23, Hunter Coggin, next to the quarterback, McDonald. Actually, that's Will Jarrett.
Will Jarrett, number 10.
Snap goes back to Will Jarrett. Little surprise here on the opening play from scrimmage. He scrambles around, throws deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete to that man, number 3, Swoboda. He's inside the 30, makes a man miss. He's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. But that is going to be enough for a Wolverine first down and then some.
Well, nice pass by Jarrett. Nice route by Svoboda. Found a little seam in the deep, too deep coverage, and West is in business.
So Jarrett, the senior, I guess is looks to be recovered, and now come back just in time to face our War Eagles. Spread formation, 3 wide receivers to the left. There's Jarrett looking across the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. Tackled pretty immediately. Nice tackle on the play by Dregan Blackwell. The catch was made by Steven Dyson.
The War Eagles right there, and right there to tackle him right on the catch. Nice pass, nice play, and defensively not bad there, but it is a 5-yard gain for the Wolverines.
Spread formation, 2 receivers on each side. They are in the shotgun. They go hurry up, no huddle like most teams now. Jarrett's back to pass. Looking to the right. Underthrows and almost intercepted. Pass was intended for Tucker Svoboda. Coverage on the play.
Oh, we got to unwrinkle the jerseys up here. That looks like Griffin Brown.
It is Griffin Brown, but he's making it as hard as he can.
He can. It looked like 13 instead of 46 out there.
Same formation. The Wolverines are ready to go. Now they check to the sideline. Look to be changing the play. Again, the running back is Coggin. Next to the quarterback, Will Jarrett. Fakes the inside handoff. Looks to the right. Now he dances around. Spreads outside. He tries to get the corner, and he does. Inside the 15, inside the 10. He's pushed out of bounds. That's Griffin Brown again. But it will be first down and goal to go. Right there, Jarrett just beat us to the corner and has enough yardage for a first down. First down, goal to go.
He looked like he wanted to go to Jaden Jackson out on the top of the field there, and then the War Eagles defended that, and then his next read was take off run. Nice gain for the West.
Yeah, he's looked that direction a couple plays in a row now. It seemed to. He certainly gets a lot of attention right now. You see we've got a safety stacked over the top of him right now. Inside handoff, that goes to the running back, Coggin. Coggin hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. It's going to be a gain of 2.5, maybe 3 yards. It'll be second down and goal from the 7-yard line.
Carter Christian was in there quickly from his middle linebacker position and kind of made a hit that kind of blew that play up.
Now we have three wide receivers to the short side of the field, leaving Tucker Svoboda all alone on the wide side of the field. Looks like they're trying to solo him up over there. We're rolling a safety over in that direction. And now Jackson's in motion. Fakes to him, the little tunnel screen. Pass is complete, is caught by Dakota McDonald. Read well by the War Eagles.
Griffin Brown in again on another play, and a nice read by him. And this is a big down, 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line.
A couple of tackles and a pass defense for Griffin Brown already on the opening possession. That's good.
Pretty nice series for the junior.
Yep, get him started. And a 3rd and goal. If Jackson and Svoboda wide to the right. Again, spread formation, 2 receivers to each side. Will Jarrett in the shotgun. Fakes a handoff. He looks towards Jackson. He's got him at the 5 to the 3, and touchdown Wolverines. Just not a lot of trickery in that play call. Just literally stand up and throw it to your D1 wide receiver.
Exactly, and their formation spread our defensive backs out, which made the slant there relatively wide open, and Jarrett makes a nice toss and touchdown Bentonville West.
8:47 to go, first quarter. On to attempt the extra point. Blake McDoulet, number 11. Snap is down. Kick is up. Looks good. Is good. And with 8:47 to go in the opening quarter, it is Wolverines 7, War Eagles nothing. Special thanks to our sponsors of War Eagle Television. First of all, thanks to Mascot Media, all the work they do to get us up and running. Thanks to Brown Boys Roofing, Ski and Sports for their support of War Eagle Television, the great students and volunteers that come out and help us out. So Coach Olson and I just have to show up and sit here and talk quite a bit.
It's pretty easy. We just get to talk about the game.
And don't forget, Old Chicago Pizza was back there waiting
for
us.
And nice. We got some pepperoni and sausage. Mr. Kilgore came through with some real meat pizza this week, so pat him on the back.
That's good. We always accept food donations. You can tell by looking at us, or at least me anyway. War Eagles are deep to receive this kickoff. Again, the kickoff by Blake McDoulet. High end over end kick's going to be over the head of the return man and into the end zone. Hodges had a chance to return that, thought better of it and let it bound into the end zone, and it will be War Eagle football on the 20-yard line. Zach Brown's in the huddle. He's going to make his way back out here, so everything appears to be okay. And that's good to see.
A little inside information here. It does look like Ty Grazer might be on the field this evening. He had been out the last week, and looks like he might get some offensive touches this week.
That's good. We can use him. Brown's a quarterback. J.J. Webb's a tailback. They hand it to him. He breaks it. He's got a hole. Makes a man miss at the 30 and heads outside towards the sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. First carry of the night for J.J. Webb is good for 21 and a first down.
A beautiful job by our offensive line. Nice big hole. I don't think J.J. was touched until he was about 7 or 8 yards downfield. And then a nice little move to get to the sideline for a big gain. And nice to see from the War Eagles.
J.J., the junior running back, he'll be back. He's had a nice second half of the season. He's earned more touches, certainly.
Without a doubt, he gives them a little of explosion, a little explosiveness, and he can turn something into a big play.
Little counterplay to him there. He stopped at the line of scrimmage, makes a man miss, spins off, drags tacklers forward. That is a nice little run of 5 yards for Webb to bring up second down and 5.
That didn't look very good at the very beginning. He did a nice job evading a couple tacklers and making another nice gain.
Made a good read, then little spin move, hit the B button.
He did.
And, drag guys forward for a few yards. War Eagles come back out under center again. Single back formation with an H-back and twins to the right. Now Lamond, the tailback, they hand it to him. Lamond is gobbled up in the backfield. He's hit first by number 20, Matthew Plummer. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 3. That's going to bring up a third and very manageable, a 3rd and 2 for the War Eagles, just short of midfield.
Yeah, and I think, offensively, it seems like we found a little rhythm in our offensive line, and our tailbacks are getting a little space.
3rd and 2, we go into the pistol. H-back in the game and 3 wide receivers. Lamond is right behind Zach Brown. Coaches are audibling. Going to change the play call right here. Lamond moves to the side of Zach. Inside give to Lamond. He's hit in the backfield and will not get there. Again, that's number 20. That's Matthew Plummer. Plummer read it. Hit him in the backfield. There'll be no gain. That brings up 4th and 2. Here comes J.J. Webb back in the game. The offense is going to stay on the field. We're going to go for this right here.
Nothing to lose. And the way the season has gone, I would consider, if I was standing on the sideline, that every series was four-down territory. Maybe give your players a little confidence that they got an extra play to get a first down. And right here at midfield, this is a good move by Coach Travis.
We're going to try it under center again. Have an H-back and a tight end in the game. And we're going to have a War Eagle timeout. We're going to talk about it. Something he didn't like was 6:20 to go in the first quarter. War Eagle timeout. Again, 4th and 2, just at midfield. They're at the 49, need to get to the 51.
The 51. Yeah, and, that's a tough yard to get, the 51.
It is.
Waiting
all year to pull that out. It's a bad joke, though. War Eagles on offense. Here are the starters. Zion Adair, Hunter Holland, Juan Tapia, and Keaton Stewart on the starter area. Burger. We have broken the huddle. Single back is Jay. They're going to roll with the play. Fights forward, and the of Bentonville next to Brown. 4 wide receivers, 3 of them to the top of your screen. Little fumbled snap. Zach's going to get it and turn the corner, actually. Zach made something out of nothing right there. And he's going to get inside the 45 to the 43. It's a gain of about 5. We'll bring up second down and 5.
And pull the rabbit out of his hat there a little bit and got some space up the sideline.
That was an intended handoff. The snap didn't get completed. Zach hit the corner with some speed.
He did. And the little banged up he was on the first drive, I think he's over it.
Inside give to Lamond. Lamond dances past the line of scrimmage. engulfed by Wolverines, but not before he gains about 3. We're going to have 3rd and 2 again. Play made on the play number 6 in my roster is Kobe Anderson for the Wolverines. He made the play. Nick Whitlatch also in on the tackle.
It's nice to see. This has been a nice drive for the War Eagles, especially answering the touchdown by West and J.J. Webb back in the tailback
one. Hit by the interior of the defensive line, and there will be no gain on this play. J.J. into the line of scrimmage. It will be 4th down and 2, and again, this will be a situation. The offense is going to stay on the field here and see if we can pick up this 2 yards and keep the drive alive.
Yeah, I think, and again, another good decision. And this is no man's land. Obviously, you can't kick a 57-yard field goal, and if you punt it, what do you gain? So
you're in the spread, 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field.
They've had some success with Webb. It would be interesting to see if they use him as in some kind of deceptive way and then get the ball out to one of their wide receivers.
Challenge being right now, the Wolverine defense keeping a lot. There's a botched snap again. Snap was not complete to Zach. Zach couldn't pick it up on that one. All he's going to be able to do is fall on it. And he's going to lose yardage back to the 49-yard line, and that's where the Wolverines are going to take it over. 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. Wolverines, now they spotted it at the 48-yard line. Wolverines have a 7-0 lead and the football.
Well, you know, the positive of that is they got some first downs, and maybe they'll create a long field for Bentonville West. The negative seems to be that this is our Achilles heel, that you get good things going only to end up in a botched snap or some kind of miscue.
New tailback is Tyree Smallwood, and they give it to him. He's heading to the right side. War Eagles stretch it out well. Is that Brown again? Looks to be Griffin Brown again is going to make the tackle in the backfield. It's going to be a significant loss.
And Griffin has had himself a
loss of 5.5.
He's had himself an entire game in this first quarter.
Yeah, junior linebacker has come to play today. 2nd down and 16. Four wide receiver set. 3 of them are to our side and includes that man Jaden Jackson in the slot. Again, the tailback is Tyree Smallwood, who was identified as one of our players to watch and didn't start, much like the quarterback.
Much like the quarterback.
Yeah. Back to pass. He's flushed out to the right. He's got a man downfield. Is it complete? He gives it to him. He's at the 40, now inside the 30. He's going to be dragged down at the 20-yard line. Pass was complete to Tucker Swoboda. Gap in the coverage over there on the sideline. Looked like the ball could have skipped to him, but they gave it to him off the turf.
Yeah,
and a big gainer, too.
It's kind of a double move there that got him free.
Inside give. Not a lot happening there. Falls forward for maybe 4 yards. Second down, and they call it 7. I'll call it 6. I'm not afraid.
Maybe. And Bentonville West really makes you defend the entire field. In their spread formation, they have a lot of weapons.
They send Smallwood out now, and they give it to the fullback. Big fullback barreling in. That's number 46, Tanner Anderson. Tanner Anderson is bigger than 5'10", 175.
It would seem so.
But that's what he shows on the roster. And he's got yardage for a first down. It's actually 1st down and 10. It's just outside the 10-yard line. They can get a first down, but it's inside the 1. So a little bit of different look right there. They gave us a 2-back set, sent Smallwood out in motion, then handed to the fullback, who dragged us forward. Now his inside handoff to Smallwood. He's got a hole. He's heading outside, and we're not going to touch him. He goes untouched into the end zone. Touchdown for Tyree Smallwood. And with 2:22 to go in the first quarter, Wolverines have gone on top 13-0 with the extra point pending.
Yeah, and it almost looked like in their spread formation with the 2 backs in the backfield that it was almost a run-pass option. And Smallwood gets in untouched from the 10-yard line. He looked like it was a relatively easy waltz to the pay dirt.
Have an offsides call on the War Eagles on the extra point attempt. And they decline it. They're actually just going to leave it right where it's at. They don't want our yard and a half. Thank you very much.
They don't. They do not.
Extra point attempt is by Blake McDoulet. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick looks good. Is very good. Kicks it out onto the track, and that makes it 14-0. So, Coach, not the start we wanted.
No, and the big play there by Swoboda, in looking back at that play, it looked like the War Eagles had that defended. And then the quarterback steps up, and Swoboda releases up the sideline into an area that nobody has. And it was either a breakdown or maybe we just didn't think that he could, and then that momentum carried him down into the end zone.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. You could actually, we see it on what is a replay here. You can actually see the safety and coverage. Looks like he takes a step up to go defend the quarterback, and that leaves Swoboda alone.
And it did look like it was a questionable catch, but, I mean, he did a nice job getting his fingers underneath it, and in fact he did.
Kick is going towards the sideline, and we're going to get a break. It's going to go out of bounds. Kick's going to go out of bounds at the 3-yard line, and the War Eagles are going to get good field position out of it for a third possession of the game. See if we can capitalize on some of these little successes and put some points on the board. We're going to get it at the 35-yard line.
With so many different rules in football, it's hard to remember when the ball goes out of bounds, depending on what game you're watching, where the ball is going to end up being.
I kind of trust the guys in the stripes, and if you notice, I didn't go out. I didn't go out on a ledge there, right there.
Yeah.
I've been wrong before.
I was hoping it was like the 40 or maybe the 51, but 35, we'll take it.
That's our best field position of the night, and we are under center again. Have twin wide receivers to the top of the screen. Lamond's a tailback. We're going to hand it to him. Inside give. Going to make one guy miss and fall forward for about 3 yards. Be 2nd down and 7. Now they give us an extra yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 from the 39-yard line.
The War Eagles have had some success running the ball and kind of power football right up the middle.
Little tailback exchange right here. Lamond is out. Webb is in. Still under center. It is a different look for the War Eagles, under center with a tight end and a fullback. I formation. They hand it to him. He's got a little bit of a crease. He gets across the 40 to the 42, almost the 43-yard line. And we're in pretty familiar territory. We're at 3rd and 2. They'll probably call this one 3rd and 3, but this is where we've been before, and this is the down that you got to capitalize on and keep this drive alive.
In football or in athletics, I mean, they're having some success running the ball, which can set up other things. So you don't be surprised here if this is some kind of play action, or maybe get Zach out on the edge running the ball.
We're going to go backwards just a little bit on that one. Coming off the bottom of the pile, that's 34 McSpadden. Whitlatch, number 20, he called his name a lot tonight. He was involved in that play as well. They were not fooled. And honestly, right now, I don't know that they're giving us a lot of credit for a passing attack.
No, they have not honored that at all. I'm just noticing that the Bentonville West middle linebacker is 6'2", 210, and the outside linebacker is 6'5", 210, and I'm hoping those guys will stay with helmets on their head long into the playoffs.
Nice kick's going to send Swoboda back. It goes over his head and spinning end over end. Oh, this is perfect. This ball is going to be down to inside the 1-yard line. Outstanding punt.
That's a big play.
That is a big play.
That's a big play.
That is 56 yards, and West is going to have to go the length of the field. Nose of the football on the 1-yard line. That was perfect.
Yes.
Look, like one of those sandwiches you used to hit, Coach.
Yeah, and backed up a little bit, up and spun back.
He was not supposed to be standing next to Jarrett.
I don't think so.
So they're going to call timeout. I would argue for 12 men in the huddle penalty here, but that 1.5 foot isn't going to make a huge difference to us.
You would hope not, but anything is,
we'll take it.
We'll take
Absolutely. If it's a difference in a safety and not a safety, I would love it. 19 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Wolverines are taking a timeout. Each team is taking a timeout.
1-800-BROWN BOYS. No, not that. No. We are much better at fixing roofs than we are advertising. Give us
Critical
a call
point of the
today,
game here. If we're going to stay in,
479-248-ROOF.
within striking distance here, you might see some kind of gamble, some kind of pressure here by the War Eagles, maybe to put that ball in the end zone. Knock one away, make a play.
Definitely an opportunity right here. Wolverines in the shadow of their own goalpost. Jarrett's the quarterback. The tailback next to him is Smallwood, who's taken all the snaps at tailback after the first series. 4 wide receivers. Spread the field wide right. They got Swoboda and Jackson wide right and a lot of space that direction. Inside handoff to Smallwood. We get him at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to wiggle forward. Makes one man miss. He's only going to get a couple of yards. Actually, just a yard and a half. Good pursuit by the War Eagles.
Very, very nice play defensively there, and a play that just scored him a touchdown in the previous drive. So nice adjustment by the War Eagles.
There's the horn. That's going to end the first quarter. We are going to walk a long way to have the first or the second play of this drive. First play of the second quarter. It'll be second down and a short 9, a long 8. But after one period of play, it's Wolverines 14, War Eagles nothing.
Family owned since 1989, Skiing Sports supports War Eagle football.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
Well, at this rate, you're going to see a lot of it.
All right. Nice little spot by Ballpark Franks. It's going to bring us back to live action to start this second quarter. Second down and 8.5, almost 9 yards. Shotgun snap to Jarrett. He's looking across the middle. Throwing deep downfield, looking for Swoboda. He's got a man, and he's got it complete. Outside the 40 to the 43-yard line. The tackle is going to be made by Tanner Epps.
Yeah, that ball was floating. It was not a spiral, and Swoboda just made a nice adjustment on the ball and made the catch. That was one that we could have knocked away. That's a play that we could have made.
Pretty good read by Jarrett, honestly, with the War Eagles without a deep safety, and gave his guy a chance to make a play. Snap goes back to him. He's flushed out of bounds. He's going to cross the 45 to the 46-yard line. Short gain of only 2 yards there. Going to bring up second down and 8. But yeah, that is, you mentioned it before, just you have opportunities.
There was an opportunity
to
there.
Make plays and get off the field, and that's one of those, we've got to start making those plays. And
yeah.
Just if you make a play there, now you've got them in a 3rd and 8 situation, and you change things. As it is, they're now near midfield. There's a snap, inside handoff that goes to Smallwood. Smallwood crosses midfield. He's going to cross the 40, or get to the 45-yard line. Will be enough yardage for another Wolverine first down. Little fake on the jet sweep action. They hand it to Smallwood, and Smallwood hit the line with a lot of speed. Wasn't touched until he's 6 or 7 yards downfield.
No, he made that somewhat look easy. And a nice play design by Bentonville West. Very deceptive, and a couple of different directions going, and handed off up the middle for a first down.
Now there are no running backs next to Jarrett. Jarrett back to pass. He's looking again, cross the middle, and it goes over to the right side. He's got a man complete. Oh, and it's knocked away. Excellent play by guess who?
Griffin Brown.
Griffin Brown. The pass would have been complete to Steven Dyson out on the edge, and actually he had it for a step and a half, and then Griffin Brown came in, could have put a good hit on him and knocked it loose. Incomplete pass will be second down and 10.
and close to a fumble. I mean, the ball was in his hands. He never really got turned upfield with it. Griffin Brown, nice hit to dislodge the ball.
4 wide receivers, 3 of them near side now, Bentonville West, again in all white. They're moving from left to right. If you're watching us or if you're listening to us, envision the front of your smartphone moving left to right. Jarrett's a quarterback. Tyrese Smallwood's a tailback. Back to pass. Looking deep across the middle again. That's Smallwood out of the backfield. He has burned us deep. He's inside the 10, the 5. We're not going to get him. Touchdown. They leaked Smallwood out of the backfield and simply ran right through us. Just ran right past us.
They got a little advantage in that one since they ran the play 5 seconds after the play clock had been run off, and no one saw it until the ball was in flight. But the refs did pick up the fact that the ball was snapped at T-5, and we save a touchdown.
So a late flag comes in. They do get, actually this is going to be,
looks like a personal foul penalty.
15-yard penalty at least. Actually, it looks like they're giving even more than that. This looks like a 19-yard penalty. I don't know what that would be.
But we'll take it.
I didn't see a signal from the officials either.
It was a weird – the play clock was at 0 for at least 2 or 3 seconds before the ball was snapped.
Now we got the guys on the scoreboard. They have no idea what's actually happening here. So it's like they show 2nd and 31, 10, 20. I got 2nd and 29.
It's a long ways.
And
I guess that was
shouldn't it be first down?
16.5-yard penalty there.
Was that not a first down play also? Timeout Wolverines.
Well, the play previous to that was the one Griffin Brown knocked loose.
That's right, correct. Yes,
so that
got
would
us
have been
second
and
You're
10.
correct. You're correct.
And then,
so somehow we have a 19-yard penalty that gets us to 2nd and 29.
So a personal foul penalty at the spot of the foul is the only way I come up with 19 yards.
That's the way I would come up with it also.
Clock was at 0 and I was going, where's the flag? Where's the flag? Where's the game penalty? Which, if they've changed the rule to a 19.5-yard penalty for a delay, that's going to change some play calling.
That will change things. As if we don't have enough hurry-up offenses the way it is. Which reminds me, in the Arvest Hoop Fest this year, we're going to have a shot clock, aren't we, Coach?
Yes, we are. We're an experiment with I guess you'd say a permission from the Arkansas Activities Association to experiment with a shot clock. And I know a lot of coaches, including myself, are kind of excited about the change. And on another note, we play in a classic in Conway right before Christmas, and there as well we're going to play with a shot clock, so it's going to be fun.
It's fun. So it is 2nd down and a long way. They are at the 36-yard line, and they need to get to the War Eagles 35. Spread formation. He's back to pass, have a screen set up to Smallwood. He gets him. He crosses the 40, crosses the 45. He's going to be hit and knocked down at the 47-yard line. Blackwell in on the tackle. I didn't see who else came out on the bottom of the pile there, but Dregan Blackwell was in there. Pretty good gain of about 10 yards on the play, but it's still going to bring up 3rd down and 19 yards to go.
Yeah, and that play looked like it had some legs on it, and the War Eagles closed it in pretty well.
It was influenced by Brown again. Brown came up and forced him to change directions. Here's a deep fly route to the sideline, looking for Svoboda, and it's going to be out of bounds. Nice coverage on the play. That time we had Tanner Epps in coverage, pushed him out of bounds before Svoboda. Svoboda could not get a foot down. So that's going to bring up 4th down and a lot, and I'm sure they'd love to go for most 4th downs in midfield, but 4th and 19
might be
significant.
I don't think it's recommended when you're up 14-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. So McDoulet, who's the place kicker, is also the punter, and we've got J.J. Webb back to receive the punt. He's standing inside his 20 at about the 17-yard line. 10:18 to go, second quarter in a 14-0 game. Unless something unusual happens, we're going to get the football back right here. High punt, kind of a knuckleball, bounces inside the 20, rolls around. It's going to be rolled dead inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be marked at about the 9.5. It's going to be 1st down, War Eagles right there. So again, we have a chance to make a play right there. The coach, we get a break of some sort. Obviously, we believe it was a delay of game, and we don't know what the rest of that was. But that turned a touchdown into 2nd and very, very long. And we get a chance to get the football back here at the 9-yard line and see if we can put some points on the board.
Yeah, and we'll never know until Monday morning when we ask one of the football coaches, what happened on that touchdown play they called back?
You're going to text me on that, right?
I'll get it to you.
Okay, absolutely. Here come the War Eagles. We're under center again. Have twin wide receivers to the right. Handoff goes to Webb. Tries to get outside and cannot. He is wrapped up in the backfield. About field some blocks there.
Yeah, with some kind of play fake, I think, could really open up the field.
Yep. There you go. We're going to roll out. Zach's out of the shotgun. He's looking to the left, looking for Dylan Moore. Passes thrown high and behind and falls incomplete. Coverage on the play was Grant Godsey. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 or 14 yards.
He had 2 receivers there, and it looked like he just kind of split the difference and threw a perfect strike in between 2 of them.
One of the things it seems like we have a tendency to roll Zach out hard to the left. And he may feel comfortable doing that. That's a difficult throw to make.
I would agree.
It's a challenging throw to make, and he tried to put some extra on it. Ball just sailed on him. It just falls incomplete. Now he's looking across the middle. He's flush. He's going to run. He's across the 10 to the 15. Makes a man miss. He's across the 20. Zach across the 30, and he's going to be tackled at the 32-yard line. Flushed out of the pocket. Zach made up his mind, went and ran hard, made one guy miss, and got first down yardage.
Great play by Zach. Nice quarterback draw. The middle of the field was open, and then Zach's athleticism makes a couple West guys miss tackles and turns into a tremendous big gain, and we get ourselves out of the shadow of our own goalposts.
So that's what we were talking about before. Now you have a chance. You had the opportunity to make the play. You make the play. Instead of punting the football back and giving West good field position, we're now at the 32-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Chance to make something out of this drive. And we're in the spread. We got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lamond is the tailback. We're going to give it to him. Outside zone, trying to get the corner. Cannot get there. Well played on the corner. Outstanding play by number 16. That's Austin Eubank. Eubank set the edge well and wouldn't let Lamond get the corner, and he's only going to get a yard out of it. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Again, West is really committing themselves to stopping the run. Any kind of play fake, any kind of execution in the passing game could really create another big gain for the War Eagles.
That one actually looked like there was something there. There was some space there. Again, 16 did a great job just holding his spot and allowed the pursuit to catch up. Speed option now for the War Eagles. Zach's going to keep it. He's going to tuck it up. He's going to cross the line of scrimmage, cross the original line of scrimmage. Gain of about 2 yards. Going to be 3rd and 9. Jonas Higson again on the tackle. Again, these linebackers you mentioned, that's Higson is a 6'2", 210-pound junior linebacker. Came and put a good hit on Zach right there.
Yeah, it's a unique-looking defensive alignment just from a physical standpoint. When your backers are 6'2" and 6'5", it's kind of a unique-looking high school football team.
A very long 6'5". That's Kendall Young. We're talking about 6'5", 210-pound senior, and he's right in the middle. When he stands up, it's hard to miss him. Back to pass. He's flushed immediately. Zach's going to tuck it up and run. He's going to cross the 35, get to the 37, 38-yard line. The Wolverines brought pressure there, and Zach got flushed out immediately. They were able to pursue him, and again, it's going to bring up 4th down and 6. Simply not enough room there for Zach that time.
That negative play in that series really put him behind the sticks. And then we need another one of those 58-yard punts.
I'd take that, absolutely.
In this case,
if we could go 63 at this point.
63 down to the other one, which could kind of keep Bentonville West kind of under wraps.
And end-over-end kick. If Swoboda gets it, muffs it inside the 30. Ball's on the ground. He's going to get chased down. Excellent pursuit by the War Eagles. Is that 22? That is 22. Zach Winter. Nice coverage on the punt. And we do flip the field on them a bit. They're going to have the ball on the 19-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Played pretty even football for the last full 12 minutes of football here.
The War Eagles are moving the ball a little bit. Again, a couple mistakes get them behind the sticks. But, here we are in a chance, an opportunity, and that's what you want when you're in when you're in athletics. sports, football games, Friday night, an opportunity to be successful, and the War Eagles are right here.
Looking deep across the middle again is Jarrett. He's got a guy. He's looking for Jackson. Jackson goes up, high points the football, and it's complete. Across midfield, across the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 37. Big play on first down to the Ole Miss commit, Jaden Jackson.
Just a straight route up the field, and he threw it up there, and Jackson.
War Eagles with double coverage.
Double coverage.
He just went out and got it.
He just
went
came
up
down
and
with
got
it.
it. So 1st and 10. Inside handoff. Now they fake it to him, actually. Jarrett rolls to the right. Looking deep downfield. There is nobody anywhere around Jaden Jackson. That is complete and a touchdown. Closest man to him is Griffin Brown, who I know is not supposed to be in coverage there.
I don't believe our outside linebackers should be in that location.
No.
Or responsible for that location.
Jarrett looked up. The only question was going to be whether Jarrett saw him or not. When he saw him, he threw it up. And Jackson did not let him down, made the catch in the end zone with 6:01 to go in the second quarter. Yeah,
I think that on the video with your team, you're going to be disappointed with that one, because if you're going to miss a guy to not cover, Jaden Jackson probably is not the guy that you should break down.
Let's cover the guy that's going to the school that's 5th in the nation in pass offense, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's one that you probably wouldn't want to lose. And he was completely uncovered in that play from the snap until he caught it in the end zone.
So 2 plays, both Jaden Jackson cover 81 yards, and it's 21-0. 6:01 to go here left in the first half. Across the conference, Bentonville leads Rogers 14-0. It's Fayetteville 20, Springdale 0. That score surprises me. Springdale's been playing really good football. Harbor 14, Van Buren 0. So Harbor, after losing to these Bentonville West Wolverines 45-0.
Always a big question mark in athletics, sports. A lot of plays, a lot of decisions have to be made by 17, 18-year-old kids, and who knows the outcome. Harbor might roll over Van Buren, and Van Buren might come back and beat them 48-20.
We are deep to receive. Back there is Hodges and J.J. Webb. They set up inside the 10 at about the 7 or 8 yard line. War Eagles moving from right to left as you're listening to us. Another kicker in for the Wolverines. He kicks a low line drive, and that's going to go to Hodges. He's got it inside the 10. Now breaks at 20. Going to be hit and tackled at the 24-yard line. Again, that's Nathan Hodges on the return. The new kicker was Trey Travis.
Number 99.
Number 99. The Eagles are going to have it at the 24-yard line. Plenty of time. 5:55 to go. Need to get some points on the board right here.
Yes, and they need to keep the offense of Bentonville West off the field. And this could be a big deal for the War Eagles with 5 minutes left, if they could put a drive together and then get to halftime, possibly, and keep Bentonville West in the locker room at halftime. A lot of times that can really break rhythm.
Pistol formation. Lamont's a tailback directly behind Zach Brown. They give it to him. Inside handoff. Crosses the 25. Hit by much of the interior of the Bentonville West defense. Going to gain about 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. War Eagles being a little bit more deliberate in the huddle here. And like you say, trying to keep the Wolverine offense off the field a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lifetime left in this game. There's no sense to get in a hurry. And there are some times in games where you got to control the tempo a little bit just to kind of break the rhythm of your opponent, and this is that time.
A give again to Lamont. Makes a man miss in the backfield. He's going to be hit at the 27 and fall forward to the 30-yard line. Decent gain of about 3 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Big play here.
It is a big down. Want to keep this possession going. Webb replaces Lamont. He'll be in the tailback position. Again, the War Eagles in a huddle here. being a little bit more deliberate. Got to make sure you get this down. Nice little stutter step by Lamont on that play. Gained some extra yardage.
He stuck his foot in the ground there, and it really turned upfield nice, and that's a nice run.
We're going to come out under center. Twin receivers are to the right. Again, Webb's the tailback. They're going to give it to him. Off tackle to the right. He's going to be hit immediately and thrown backwards. Coming off the bottom of the pile. That was 52 who was lined up in the backfield a while ago, by the way. But in this case, he actually does what he's supposed to be doing. That's Trenton Davis. Davis hits him in the backfield. A loss of 2. It's going to be fourth down and 5. And we're going to have to punt the football away. 4 minutes and ticking now. Swoboda again, deep to receive. He's standing at his 40-yard line to receive the punt of Zach Brown.
You just wonder if the injury to Zach Brown early in the game might have dinged his shoulder or an elbow or something, because they are really reluctant.
By Swoboda, he's going to cross midfield, make a man miss. He's going to be stacked up by multiple War Eagles there, and it looked like maybe he even stepped out of bounds. But it's going to be Wolverine football in War Eagle territory. They're going to have it at the 46-yard line. 3:28 to go in the half. With 3:28 and a timeout left, this is well enough time for the Wolverines to get more points on the board. We're going to have to make a play. We cannot rely on the clock to stop them here.
Yeah, if you know the type of passing that we've seen with 2 large plays, is really reliant on an offensive line protecting the quarterback. Our down guys, they need to get there. They need to get home and put some pressure on this guy so he doesn't have all day to throw.
Jaden Jackson, Tucker Swoboda are the receivers to the right of the formation. Tailback is Smallwood. Looking left, now he's flushed out to the right. Jarrett looking downfield. We collapse on him. That looks to be short and incomplete. It is. He tries to hit Swoboda on a comeback route. Would have been a short gain anyway, but decent pressure by the War Eagles. Good coverage again. That's 46 Griffin Brown. Called his name a lot tonight.
Yes, he's been a real bright spot defensively for the War Eagles all year long, and nothing different tonight.
2nd down and 10. Same formation. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Fullback, or the tailback, is Tyrese Smallwood. Smallwood's a 5'7" senior. Fake it to him. Now throw to the wide side, and he's got a man at the 40-yard line. He is going to be hit and dropped at the 38-yard line. That is complete to Dakota McDonald, 6'1", 155-pound senior. It's a gain of 7. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Very manageable here. Nice play, nice toss by Jarrett right out to the sideline, and then let your receiver break a tackle and get a couple more yards. Big play here on 3rd down.
Same formation. They check with the sideline. Coaches are going to change the play. Jackson, Swoboda to the near side of the field. You're going to fake it. Little run pass option out to the wide side. Wide receiver makes a man miss. He's going to break the 30. Going to be tackled at the 27-yard line. Fake the inside handoff, threw it out to wide receiver Steven Dyson, and Dyson did the rest of the work. Made one man miss, and he's got 1st down yardage at the 27-yard line.
He did a nice job setting up his block there on the sideline and then getting some extra yards after the catch. Nice play by number 2, Dakota McDonald.
2:20 to go in the game, or in the half, excuse me. Jarrett in the shotgun. Straight back to pass, looking over the middle, looking deep. Now he's being flushed out. Looks wide. He's going to throw across his body to the corner of the end zone. That's Jaden Jackson. Has he got it? Yes. Touchdown. Jackson came all the way across the field. A perfect throw by Jarrett towards the pylon. And that's another touchdown for Jaden Jackson. And it's 27-0.
Yeah, again,
outstanding play by Will Jarrett right there. He's rolling to his left, throws the ball basically at the pylon where he exactly needs to throw it. Jackson comes all the way across the field, and we've got a guy there. We're in coverage. I mean, that's not a blown coverage. That's just a good throw and a good play.
Yes.
The extra point.
He was tracking Jackson from the very beginning on that.
Yeah, the extra point is up and good by Blake McDoulet. And with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the half, it is 28-0, the Wolverines over the War Eagles. And that right there is honestly just a great play by a great athlete. It's
his second touchdown tonight.
It is, and honestly, it's the second play where we've had the coverage we've drawn up. We've had guys there, and he's either high-pointed the ball or in that case just made an athletic play on the sideline.
I think that in order for the War Eagle defense to have any opportunity of stopping the Wolverines tonight, they've got to get a little heat on Jared. If he's allowed to sit back there and then in turn allow Jackson to run around, I mean, his athleticism is going to get open.
Yet another kicker for the Wolverines. Kicker tryouts here in the first half, evidently. A high end-over-end kick. Nathan Hodges gets it to the 9-yard line. Runs it into the wedge. He's hit at the 18-yard line, and he's going to be thrown backwards from there. War Eagles are going to have it 1st and 10 on their own 18. That kicker is number 37, Ryan Matt. I'd love to hear the story behind the dueling kickers. He's a senior. McDoulet is a senior. Don't have any details on number 99, Trey Travis, who also kicked off tonight. 1:54 to go. War Eagles are probably going to have to put the football in the air if we're going to move into position for points on this one. We do have 2 timeouts left and 2 minutes to go. There's Zach handing some laundry to the referee.
Yeah, it looked like he pulled his flag off.
Inside handoff, Brett Lamond, and the Wolverines are simply daring you to do something else.
Yeah, there are a lot of white helmets in the box.
The 2 outside linebackers met Lamond in the backfield. He simply had no chance. It's a loss of 3, and it's going to bring up second down. They say 2nd and 12 on the board.
They're being kind.
Simply nothing there. And again, the War Eagles being deliberate. Looks like the coaching staff is content to try and take this to the locker room if they can. Tailback exchange. J.J. Webb's in the ball game now. Shotgun formation. Twin wide receivers to the left. Now we're going back to pass. Look to the right, looking for Curran, and he's got him. He catches at the 20, crosses the 25, up to the 29-yard line. Depending on the spot they do, they're going to give him first down yardage. So there's a sideline route to Seth Curran, and it's good for first down yardage with 1:01 to go in the half.
Nice pass by Zach. Ball right on the money.
It was.
Seth Curran with a nice catch, turned upfield. Big gain. Big gain for the War Eagles.
Now 1 minute remaining in the half.
I think you need a big play by the War Eagles here to get in hurry up, because you surely don't want to go 3 and out at this point
And give the ball
and
back.
give the West back with any time on the clock whatsoever. 1 tick would be too much.
Inside give. J.J. Webb, he's going to gain about 4 yards, maybe 5. It'll be second down and 5. Depending on when the ball's set, it looks like this may be the last play of the game if we choose to make it that way.
I think in this area of the field, and as little success as we had in the passing game, I think it was critical there not to give West the ball back.
We'll break the huddle. There's 9 seconds now, 8 left. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers, 3 on the clock, 2, 1. Inside handoff to Lamond. We'll see if Lamond can break one, and he can't. He runs into the middle of the Wolverine line of scrimmage, crosses the 35, going to get to the 37, but that's going to be the last play of the half. We will reach halftime. There's a good halftime in store for us here. The band's ready to go. We will have one more half of football here in about 20 minutes, but as of now, we've got the Wolverines on top of the War Eagles, 28-0.
Family owned since 1989, Skiid Sports supports War Eagle football.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
Call Brown Boys Roofing for all your roofing repair needs. 1-800-BROWN BOYS. No, not that. No.
We are much better at fixing roofs than we are advertising. Give us a call today, 479-248-ROOF.
Family owned since 1989, Skiing Sports supports War Eagle football.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
Call Brown Boys Roofing for all your roofing repair needs. 1-800-BROWN-BOYS. No, not that. No.
We are much better at fixing roofs than we are advertising. Give us a call today, 479-248-ROOF.
War Eagles fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things War Eagles. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of Rogers Heritage War Eagle Athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1 minute away from the end of halftime. Had a great halftime show out there. Had the band out there. The incomparable Kyle Scheller leading the PA with the band on the field. It's actually worth the price of admission by itself if you get a chance to get out here. Coach, we got half of football yet to play. First half had some decent things happen along the way, and most of all, we've just had trouble covering Jaden Jackson.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, and And we don't have receiving.
We had 81 on one possession.
Yes, he does have.
Yeah. Will Jarrett, who hasn't started the last few games, came in, and he's done a good job for them at quarterback. I would expect we would probably see some of Dalton McDonald if the score stays in this aspect. But for the War Eagles, on the other side, obviously we've seen some good runs from J.J. Webb, a couple from Brett Lamond. Seem pretty run dominant on offense right now. What do you think we come out and do in the second half?
Well, I think the first order of business is they've got to get some pressure on the quarterback. His time in the pocket and with a big-time athlete like Jaden Jackson in the receiving core, there's really little chance of covering him. Offensively, we got to find a way to be a little more balanced. I think that there's some chances in the passing game because it looks like Bentonville West is really stacking up to the run as well they should because of the limited success by the War Eagles. So I think we come out here in the first few minutes, and job one is to try and get off the field defensively, get the ball back to your offense, and maybe make some things happen.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think a little bit more balance on offense, just if nothing else, just to make them respect the middle of the field. We had some success in the last few weeks. Just Zach just standing up and throwing the ball on Nathan Hodges across the middle in the slot. Just if you can just get a couple of those, just to ease the pressure on those linebackers, so they can't just commit full bore to the run and eliminate the running lanes for JJ and for Brett back there.
We're watching Zach Brown here warm up before halftime, and I'm not sure he's looking real strong. He doesn't look real smooth delivering the ball. I don't know that first injury didn't do something to his throwing arm and that may have limited what the War Eagles could do offensively.
So for haven't seen any of Jeb. Jed's not warming up over here either. So looks like Zach's the guy. But as you say, if he did have an injury, that would explain the difference in the run-pass balance.
It actually looks like wide receiver Dylan Moore is throwing the ball some.
He is.
That might be Plan B of
obviously,
Zach.
Obviously, Coach Scott Moore's influence on the administration there. See if he can get Dylan some reps at quarterback.
I don't know that Dylan's had a lot of reps. We do know that Dylan played some quarterback, his sophomore and junior year on the JV squads. And
Dylan does a good job where he's at, outside in a wide receiver spot. It's good. Love Coach Moore, obviously. Scores around the area, the other side of town, or actually it's in Bentonville, but Bentonville Tigers are leading Rogers 21-7. That's in the second quarter. It is Fayetteville 20, Springdale 7. Which one are you pointing to, Coach? North Little Rock.
North Little Rock up 40-0
over Northside.
It's
a pretty good Northside team. And Harbor has come back with a vengeance after getting beat by these Bentonville West Wolverines 45-0 last week. They're taking on Van Buren, and at halftime it is Harbor 31, Van Buren nothing. So they are obviously taking out some ills from last week on the Van Buren Pointers. We got about 23 seconds left before we get going here in the second half. One more score of note. Anybody that's out there listening that knows me, the Milwaukee Brewers answered back with 4 in the bottom of the first and lead 4-1 over the Dodgers.
It's a humongous night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
With the LCS and the opening of Five Serve Arena, the first home game for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Wow. How about that? See, I didn't know that. We had Monday night, which was a big night, which we had the Packers on Monday Night Football and the Brewers in the LCS on Monday night, too. And I actually got 3 wins that night, thanks to Aaron Rodgers, getting me a fantasy football win. It was a big night for me.
Big night for the guy.
Yeah, big night for me. And I can use another one right here. Deep to kick off. For listening to us, the Wolverines are wearing all white. They'll be moving from left to right. High end over end kick is going to be caught by Jaden Jackson at the 18-yard line. He's going to cross the 20, try and get to the sideline. He does cross to the 30 and across the 40. He's hit at the 45 and knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Jackson covered a lot of room there. He caught the ball on the right sideline, made it all the way to the wide side of the field. He's going to gain 26 on the return, and that's where the Wolverines will have it, almost exactly where they started the game, at the 45-yard line. Again, moving left to right. There is a new quarterback in the ball game. That's Dalton McDonald again. So we were expecting to see Dalton. We did not know that Jarrett was going to be healthy enough to play, and he was. And it put a very productive first half together. And now McDonald, the sophomore, who's come in and filled in admirably, he's going to hand off to Smallwood. Smallwood's going to make a guy miss, shift outside, cross the midfield, and be forced out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Going to be a gain of a little over 6 or 7 on first down.
Yeah, and again, the Bentonville West with the spread formation making you defend the entire field opens up some running lanes. And I would assume we'd see a lot of Smallwood here in the second half.
Should. In that situation, we had a guy in the backfield, too, and Smallwood right there just really did a good job of stopping, stuttering, and got back up to full speed quickly. Jaden Jackson now in motion, and they're going to hit a little inside zone again to Smallwood. Smallwood's going to be hit just beyond the line of scrimmage. He's going to drag a tackler forward to the 46-yard line. Is going to bring up 3rd and 1. New formation here. This is that 2-back formation we've seen from them before. Tanner Anderson in the backfield next to Smallwood. And 3 wide receivers. In that case, they put Jaden Jackson in motion, and of course he always draws a lot of attention.
And has to. I mean, you have to honor that. I mean, he's a big playmaker.
3rd and 1, and we jump in the neutral zone.
Multiple guys.
Going to be offsides against the War Eagles. That's going to be a free one, and that's one that these Wolverines simply do not need.
It looked like Griffin Brown jumped there. One of the few negative plays that he's made that I've seen him make this season, but he was a little over-anxious there, and that's first down for Bentonville West.
Tried to hold up, just had a foot in the neutral zone, and that's enough in high school. They don't give you a chance to get back in high school. Here's a snap. Looking deep down the left side, looking for Jaden Jackson, and actually that ball slightly underthrown, but a pretty good ball by Dalton McDonald. Jackson actually, as opposed to the first half, he could have made a better adjustment on that ball. He could have actually made a play there. We had a man in coverage.
It looked almost as if the ball surprised him where it was. It almost like he wasn't ready for the ball to be there, and he had outrun it.
Dregan Blackwell in coverage was running step for Jaden.
Yeah, you need a head start, and he was right there with him. But you'd like to see more than just one guy out there on him.
Yeah, it's a pretty good read. Anytime you see one-on-one coverage, you throw it in the area of that guy. That's a nice play to fall incomplete. Here's an inside handoff. That is the fullback, number 46. That's Tanner Anderson. He's going to cross the 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 7.
Number 46, Tanner Anderson on the carry.
Approaching 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 28-0 your score if you're just joining us. Bentonville West has the football. New quarterback in the game is Dalton McDonald, the sophomore. Same formation. 2 running backs are with him. Inside handoff. Now the fake. Now he rolls out to the right, and there's Smallwood in the flat. He crosses the 40, the 30, inside the 35. Blackwell is going to make the tackle, but not before he is down to the 23-yard line of the War Eagles, and that's enough yardage for a Wolverine first down. Nice deception on that play, and then they just leak Smallwood out, and he makes a play with his feet.
Nice safe play to a kid that can make a play for Bentonville West, and a nice gain.
Quick snap, looking left, pumps, throws towards the end zone, has a man, goes up. Does he get it? Yes, he does. That looks like that is Dakota McDonald. It is. In the corner of the end zone, Dakota McDonald, another receiver, just went up and high-pointed the football and took it away from us as we have coverage in the area. But that's going to be 34-0.
It looked like a post pattern at the very beginning, and he just kind of broke it right up the hash marks, and quarterback laid it where only he could catch it, and he came down with it in the end zone.
Yeah, McDonald with a quid Dalton. I'm assuming these are brothers, right? Dalton and Dakota. Little pump fake, and then hits his brother, senior Dakota McDonald. That kick is up, and it is good. That point significant to make the lead 35-0 with 9:26 to go here in the 3rd quarter. But McDonald to McDonald, well-executed play right there. Again, just a pump fake and a go route towards the corner. And in that case, number 2, Dakota McDonald just jumping up and making a play. Just going over the top of us.
And a good play design. But again, Bentonville West with a lot of talent and wide receiver spreads the field, makes you defend it all. And quarterback play has been outstanding of finding good one-on-one matchups and in some cases finding receivers wide open.
Rare to be able to find a sophomore to come in a situation like Dalton McDonald found himself this year. At Bentonville West, they're not expecting to reload. They expect to reload. They come out of an 0-3 non-conference season. You find a quarterback in Dalton McDonald as a sophomore you're going to feel comfortable handing the reins to next year.
No doubt.
High, short, end over end kick. The ball's going to bounce and be on the ground at the 31. It's on the ground, and it's a free-for-all. Bentonville West is going to recover it. They kicked it in an area where we had no one. The West coverage team is going to get it. They are going to have the football at the War Eagle 29-yard line with 9:26 to go.
Hard to explain that. The difficult play for the War Eagles to explain. I think the guys up front just went into the block mode, and it seemed like we forgot that we needed the football.
I don't even think that's an intentional play on the part of the Wolverines. I think honestly it just found a hole. I mean, the ball was one of those really high short spinners. Tanner Anderson is the running back. He's next to Dalton McDonald. And they try and hand it to him, and their ball's on the ground. He picks it up, runs out to the right. So Anderson recovers his own fumble, escapes a tackle in his own backfield, and opposed to the kickoff, which turned into a turnover, he's going to get 3 yards out of it. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that play was a debacle that turned into a gain.
Have some new bodies on the field for the Wolverines right now. Wide receivers, Aquel Gay, number 4, is on the field. Number 84, Nolan Schmidt. In the slot on the wide side, Tanner Anderson is your tailback. And they give it to him inside handoff. He's got a big hold. He's going inside the 10 to the 5. He will score a touchdown. Wasn't touched until well into the secondary. Anderson crosses the goal line, and that's going to make it 41-0. Clock's going to continue to run on the sportsmanship rules here. But this one's gotten away from us.
Very quickly. In most cases, it seems like teams that make very few mistakes are the ones that are still around there at the end of the year. And tonight, the War Eagles have made their share of blunders.
That kick is up, and it is good. The extra point is good. It is 42-0 with 8:18 to go in the third quarter. And the War Eagles are going to be heading back out. Coach, you're playing for a bit of pride at this point.
Yeah, and I think that as a coach, you're trying to build something, a program, get something going in the right direction. Somebody playing forward. Obviously, Griffin Brown defensively has been a bright spot. He makes a lot of plays. He's done it all year long, and I think Zach Brown has had some moments of brilliance running the ball and even throwing the ball. But it's just a matter of getting enough plays put together that you can be competitive. And right now, those plays aren't coming.
This one's a deeper end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Hodges inside the 10 at the 8. Crosses the 20, approaches the 23-yard line. He's going to be knocked out of bounds there, and that's where the War Eagles are going to have it. Coach, you mentioned that. Yeah, I'm just a little volunteer coach, doing rec type stuff. Games like this. At some point in time, I've been known to scream out, "Somebody make a play!"
Somebody make a play.
You want to see somebody. You want to see somebody step up, and no matter who that is, if it's your guys that normally make plays for you, if you've got a guy that gets an opportunity now that may not have had one before, show me something we can put on film and grow on right here.
And the way the War Eagles season is going, you can't. I think we'd be illogical to think that, this is a playoff team, but it's a program that needs to progress. So even though this one's out of hand, and even though you're maybe out of the playoff race, you still have to find something to build on as this program progresses.
Quick slant right there was intended for Dylan Moore. Throw was just behind him. Ball hits the ground. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. But at least that, we talked about trying to establish some balance. In that case right there, they're trying to do a quick hitter to a wide receiver. See if we can make, see if you can make a man miss or even just get 4 or 5 yards on that play. But it falls incomplete to 2nd and 10. Little speed option now. Zach cuts it up. Nice read. Hey, when Zach makes up his mind and he starts heading north and south, he's got good speed. He actually delivered the hit right there. It's a gain of about 6. Ball's going to be just short of the 30-yard line. Going to be 3rd down and a long 3. That speed option is something we've had some success with this year, and Zach keeping the ball, honestly, has been one of our more productive players.
Yeah, and Zach does a good job there, and he's somewhat of a physical runner, and he's a long strider. He's got good speed. He's an athletic, talented kid for sure.
6'2", 200-pounder. There it is again. This time he pitches it out to Lamont. Lamont stutter steps, and it's going to cost him. Again, a nice play, good play in the backfield. This time it's number 30, Austin Driggs of the Wolverines. Again, they've been disciplined a couple times, setting that edge so you cannot get the corner on them. Force Lamont to cut it up inside, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6. And we're going to punt the football away. Deep to receive now for the Wolverines. If that's 85, I don't have an 85.
And that is 85.
I do not have one of those. Brown with a kick. It's going to be received by unknown number 85 at the 35-yard line. He's going to get across the 40 to the 41, but a flag comes in. It's one thing we have not had much of, are penalties, except for the undefined one. The 19-yard penalty in the first half that took a touchdown away. The officials are getting together. It's going to be a legal block in the back on the Wolverines. It's going to back them up 10 yards. See if they go from the spot or if they go from where that flag was thrown, because where the flag was thrown is 34, and that's going to back it up quite a bit. And it does. So they're actually going to get the football at the 24-yard line. Long field to go. The Wolverines have a lot of new bodies in the game. Again, Dalton McDonald's the quarterback. The tailback is number 46, Tanner Anderson. 4 wide receivers. Wolverines wearing all white with the breast cancer awareness pink socks. Inside give to Anderson. Anderson breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, breaks another one from the linebackers into the secondary and out to the 37-yard line. Simply good effort right there by Tanner Anderson, who ran through 3 tackles to get up more than 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, he's a load. He's got good speed. He plays with good pad level. He's a load. Obviously, I think he's going to be a steady diet here in the situation of the score. So we got to tackle him.
Now they're tossing it to him to the outside. He tries to get the corner. He's going to be tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage. Actually, he's going to drag defenders forward for a few yards, and he's going to get 7 yards on first down. Gain of 7 is going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Anderson's going to leave the game, and Hunter Coggin, running back, who I can only imagine Tyree Smallwood was late to a meeting.
Yeah, I would say something.
Because he played the bulk of the game when the game was in doubt. Now here's back to pass. McDonald's looking across the middle. He's got a man, and it is dropped. He laid it right in the hands of the wide receiver.
Nolan Schmidt.
It was dropped by Nolan Schmidt. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Just a little crossing route.
He had some room there.
He did. Again, Coggin is the tailback. They try and get the War Eagles to jump. They look to the sideline. Now they're changing up the play. Coggin flips. He's now to the left side of Dalton McDonald, and they're going to toss it out to him wide. He tries to get the corner, now cuts it back in. He's going to be hit right at the marker and fall forward. He's going to get to midfield, and that's going to be a first down. Hunter Coggin is listed as 5'5", 160. Smaller version of the tailback.
Yes.
Still fell forward. Made contact, still fell forward, got first down yardage. They're right at midfield. Tailback exchange. Tanner Anderson is now back in the ball game. Back to pass. Looking to the left, he's going to be pressured and dropped. War Eagles get to him. Met by a couple of War Eagles in the backfield. That looks like 97, Elijah Rawson. Is that 35?
Noah Frick.
Noah Fricky.
Tight end linebacker, sophomore. That's the first pressure we've had on the quarterback in this game, and at a big time.
Good to see the sophomore in there making a play. Big loss. 2nd down and 21 yards to go. Deep pass. Again, pressured. Setting up a screen, and they got him. That's Anderson. He makes a guy miss. He crosses the 45, going to be to the 46-yard line. But good pursuit by the War Eagles. Screen was set up pretty well, but good pursuit is going to stop him to a gain of about 6. It's going to be 3rd down. Now 3rd and 13. Maybe a gain of 7 or 8 on that play. 1:55 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. If you're just joining us, the score is 42-0 Wolverines. It's been all Wolverines for much of the ball game. Man in motion. Fake the inside handoff to Anderson. Now he's trying to buy some time with his legs. He throws in the area of no one. There is nobody there. Flag is going to come down for intentional grounding.
Yeah, I believe the rule in high school is a little different than that of what we see in college. I don't think you can just throw one to the sideline when you're outside the pocket. That's a grounding penalty, and West is looking at a punt.
So he not going to get a sack for it, but another sophomore, Peyton Yeager, was in applying the pressure on there and forced Dalton McDonald to throw it away, and we're going to get the football back, I assume. 4th down and a long way. They call it 14. J.J. Webb's deep to receive the punt of Blake McDoulet. High spiral, turns over. Going to land at the 30. Going to be down right there at the 31-yard line. And that's where the War Eagles will have it. Clock is running. 35 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We will take over 1st and 10 from there.
1st and 10, War Eagles. Ball down the 31-yard line.
This could likely be the last play of the period.
If we get it off.
If we get it off.
Bentonville's over Rogers 21-7. Fayetteville 20, Springdale 7. That really shocks me that Springdale offense has held to 7 points in that game. Handoff, J.J. Webb trying to get the corner, and he does. He bounces it outside. He crosses the 40 to the 45. Almost to the 50 as the horn sounds. Ending in the 3rd quarter. Another nice run by J.J. Webb. Ball will be placed at the 49-yard line. This end of the quarter is much better. We were at the 1 last time. Now,
Yeah.
This walk is...
Yeah, from 51-yard line to 51-yard line.
I can do that. Yeah, you just got to walk to the 51. That's my favorite thing. With 1 quarter to play, it is 42-0. War Eagles looking to march and get on the board. Has some good sponsors we want to thank. Thanks again to Brown Boys Roofing, Ski and Sports, Ballpark Franks was rotating through this time also. Again, thanks to our friends at Old Chicago Pizza for providing food for us tired old guys talking on the radio and on the web this evening. And we'd like to thank all the fans that have come out and joined us. It actually filled in pretty nicely. That if you sat around all day and you realized, or you thought it was just going to be a total washout and it was going to rain all day, the rain has cleared out. It's not a bad night to be out. It'd be a good night to be out crafting tomorrow. But now we got a quarter of football yet to play. Webb's in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. An inside give. He is hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward for a yard. Be 2nd down and 9. Little tailback exchange. Lamont's going to go in. Webb's going to go out. 11:35 and counting. Little speed option to the right. Going to be hit and down immediately. Tackle on the play by Ariel Broddick.
I think there's something at midfield. Entered a quarterback exchange.
Either
West is out of
that. And we are going to get a free one. Wolverines are in the neutral zone. Number 92, Cody Stewart, a junior, going to take a step into the neutral zone. We're going to get 5 free yards. Going to be 3rd down and 4, much more manageable 3rd down and 4, with the clock running at 10:30.
Well, yes, Jay Miles, there is a 51-yard line.
Hey, if they can say half-yard line, they always say half-yard line all the time. There's no yard line there either. I like the 51.
51, I mean, keep it light.
Yeah. But we do appreciate the criticism, Coach Miles, and anybody else that likes to text us during the games. Pass falls off the hands and incomplete on 3rd and 4. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4 yards to go.
Seth Curran had an opportunity to make a play there. Ball on his hands and through his hands.
With 4th and 4, we're going to be in the 4 wide receiver set. 3 of them are split wide to the left. Lamont's the tailback. Just to the right is Zach Brown. Looking left towards that 3 receiver side. He's going to tuck it up and go. Now he throws across the middle. Curran, incomplete in Curran, but there's going to be a flag come in late. The referee's going to come in. The linesman on this side is going to give pass interference. They're actually calling out the number to the coaches. It's going to be pass interference on the Wolverines. That's going to result in a 1st down for the War Eagles.
That's Welly Faddis with the pass interference. Zach, maybe not a very good decision there to throw it back against the grain, but down 42-0. I guess you got to try and make something happen.
And he was really close to the line of scrimmage. Look, that's one where Zach frequently will tuck it up and go.
I thought he might have had Dylan Moore there for a second, and that Dylan broke free when Zach started to run. The D-back started to move up. Zach opted for another receiver, turned into a penalty.
We're at the 30, and we got a 1st down. Back to pass. He's flush, stepped up. Now look, it makes another man miss. He's at the 25, now down to the 20, to the 19-yard line. Nice effort by Zach. They're already giving him 1st down yardage on a gain of 10.
Some good feet there by Zach. Zach's had some nice agility, and it seemed like he made several guys miss and fall forward. He's good there. You might think that Zach might have an opportunity to play receiver after his career's over here somewhere.
He's more athletic than you give him credit for when he's standing in the pocket. Like when he decides to go, like he runs with authority and he runs with speed.
He runs well, and he's a big kid. He would be a big wide receiver at 6'2" and a couple hundred pounds.
Inside handoff now bounced out by J.J. Webb. He crosses the 20 to the 15-yard line. He's going to be wrapped up by a few Bentonville West Wolverines. Coming off the bottom of the pile. That's 73. Kevin Galdamez. We're getting to the people on the roster for the Wolverines that have no height, weight, or class.
Yeah, so it's just a guess.
So, yeah, Galdamez we're going with. But I can't tell you how old he is or what he weighs. War Eagles are under center. Webb is the tailback. Inside handoff to him. Bounces outside. Drags the defender. It even breaks that tackle. Nice effort. It crosses the 10-yard line. Looking at the spot, it should be 1st down yardage. And is 1st down yardage. It'll be 1st down, goal to go. An opportunity for the War Eagles right here to put points on the board.
Yeah, and a nice run again by JJ. He's got some ability to make defenders miss, yet he's got a little bit of power that he can break a tackle. So he's a good-looking young back. And
good gain of about 1. Sophomore number 44, Ariel Broddick.
Seems like he's got some good speed.
He does.
Brett looked like he had the corner there for a moment, and that closed down quickly.
Yeah, he's a smaller guy. Again, as a sophomore, they don't have all his measurables listed. He's a smaller guy, but he's closed quickly on a couple of plays. 6 minutes to go. War Eagles are in the I formation. Fullback in front of Lamond. Straight up the middle, crosses the 5 down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go. See if we can punch this one in, Coach.
Well, you would hope it'd be 4-down territory, and
We're definitely 4 down.
A touchdown would at least make you feel a little better about the evening.
We're in the I formation. Twins to the right again. Again, inside handoff. Lamont falls forward. Going to be near the goal line. Inside the 1. The spot is going to be, there it is, the half-yard line.
Yep,
had to
there
come
you
up,
go. The 51.5.
Inside the 1, it is going to be 4th down and 1. Obviously, we actually, War Eagles have a player down here. So we're going to have a little bit of time to think about it, but obviously we are going to be going for this. Looks like a lineman that was down.
It does.
79. That's Adair, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, Zion Adair. They're all seniors, 6'4", 321 pound. He's up immediately and walking off the field on his own power, but just shaken up briefly. And we're going to call a timeout. We got 4th and 1, 5:11 to play in the ball game. We're going to call timeout. Coach, you know what? I'm fine with that. Let's punch this in. We need these points right here.
Without a doubt.
Obviously, the game is not in doubt. The Wolverines are going to win this game, but War Eagles we've still got the bulk of our seniors still in the game. We're still fighting. You're rewarding these kids for coming to work hard all the time, and you want to see them get points right here. Just get a little bit rewarded for hard work.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no doubt. I think that this has been a nice drive for the War Eagles, and kids step it up and make it the 1 yard line, half yard line. Punch it in.
An angry Springdale Harbor bunch now up 38-0 on Van Buren after getting beat down pretty good by these Wolverines last week. Fayetteville continues to lead Springdale. That's actually at the half. I shouldn't say continue. There's 20-7. Bentonville 21, Rogers 7. That one in the 3rd quarter. So here we come. New tailback is J.J. Webb. We line up in the pistol formation. There's an H-back in front of Zach Brown. Twin wide receivers to the left. Inside give. J.J. He's hit. Fights forward. Do they give it to him?
He's short.
He's hit in the backfield. Fights forward. Where they spot the football is going to be inches short of the end zone.
The side judge had a clean look at that.
They had a decent look at it. And J.J. looked like he reached forward, but it looked like the knee did get down before he reached forward. Would have been nice if they could have given us that last half a foot, but not to be in this occasion. And with 4:52 to go, the Wolverines are going to take over inside their own 1. See if we can get points right here. See if we can get points on defense. Inside handoff. Now he's going to bounce off. That's Tanner Anderson. Anderson's going to get 2 or 3 yards just to get a little bit more breathing room outside of the end zone. Whole host of War Eagles make the tackle there. I don't know if you saw the first one there, Tom, or not.
I did not. I was attending to something on the sideline.
I believe Griffin Brown was involved in it. See, also see 97, Elijah Rawson involved in that play. Little wide toss to Anderson now. He tries to get the corner. He crosses the 5. He gets out to the 8-yard line. Forced out of bounds. Royce Balbuena involved in that play. Carter Christian also in pursuit. It's going to bring 3rd down and 3 as we cross 4 minutes left. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Again, the clock will continue to run if you're joining us outside of 35 points in the second half. The sportsmanship rules have the clock running.
Lots of new faces on both sides of the ball.
Yep, which is good. We've seen some War Eagle sophomores making plays, and you need to start transitioning that. You got to find people that can help you now and in the future too. So inside give. I believe that was Coggin at tailback. Actually, no, it's Tanner Anderson again. Hits the line of scrimmage. He doesn't get much. It's going to be 4th down, 4th and 2 inside their own 10.
Interesting call.
They still got their offense on the field. I guess why punt, but
I think they're
trying to keep the ball and end the game right here is
I
what they're
think
trying to do. Anderson's in the backfield. They got a little jet sweep motion action, and they may also just be running the clock down to take a timeout too. So McDonald's in there. They got 3 wide receivers to the left. Anderson's to the right. It looks like, if anything, it might be a zone to the outside if they continue to call this, because we are outnumbered over on this end of the field. There's the timeout call. 2:46 to go. Wolverines take timeout. Now it does look like they're going to punt the football away.
you just never know in situations like that. With the score the way it is, West is trying to improve too. I mean, teams either are going forward or going backwards. They're not staying the same. And a situation like that might have turned into a quick kick or something that Bentonville West might need in the future. And another way to look at things like that is, with all the technology that we have, you'd like to put something on video that next opponent might have to be aware of, and maybe take some practice time from them, even though you may not use it. So, even though the score is 42-zip here, there's still a lot of stuff going on both sides of both sidelines.
Got a lot of players that even though there's 245 activity, these are invaluable to those guys.
Without a doubt, I think the teams that are able to get some big wins are able to put some younger kids out on the field on nights like this, and their program is progressing.
Ooh, high snap, just gets it away. We almost got a safety out of it. It couldn't be any closer to a safety. That was an excellent play by the punter, actually.
I don't know how he got that thing off.
The kicker, Blake McDoulid, jumped up basically one-handed, looks like Odell Beckham back there receiving a snap, and then we rush him, and he gets it off. We couldn't have missed it by more than a few inches. Or
crazy.
A foot or
he
two.
Did it.
Anyway.
It was a great play. I mean,
yeah, it was a great athletic play. It's just we would have taken the 2 points and gotten the football back. That would have been fine with me. But we've got it at the 49-yard line with 2:18 to go. We're in the I formation. It looks like we're going to be content to try and run the football here. Get it on the ground. Lamont's going to run outside. He's going to be hit at the 45. Drive to the 43-yard line. Good gain on first down of about 7 or 8 yards. Going to bring down second and short. See if the War Eagles hurry it up just a little bit, try and get points out of this possession. Another tailback exchange here. Webb in the ball game. Lamont out. 4 wide receivers for the War Eagles. It looks like we do have a new wide receiver in the ball game. Nick Winter. Nick Winter's out in the slot on the far side, maybe. Nice. Little quick screen to J.J. Webb. J.J.'s got some space down the sideline. Well executed right there. Basically just stepped up and threw it to J.J. and let J.J. make a play with his legs. He gets to the 32-yard line, and it's good for a first down.
Yeah, Zach, nice job. Him picking up the blitz as the linebacker came off the edge and threw the ball right where the blitzer was coming. So nice play by Zach.
1:13 to go. War Eagles with a little more urgency right now. That is Nick Winter up there in the slot. We haven't seen him on offense much this year. Back to pass, looking deep across the middle. Now he comes across, and he's got Hodges on the crossing route. He's inside the 20 to the 15, inside now to the 10-yard line. 48 seconds to go. See if the War Eagles burn a timeout right here. There's going to be a lot of time go off the clock before we can get another snap off. And we're at the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal.
They still have 2 timeouts left, too. So
we do.
And they're not. When the buzzer sounds, those timeouts aren't any good anymore.
No, you can't take them with you. And I'd love to have points. 4 wide receivers. Brown's the quarterback. 24 seconds to go. A little speed option to the right. He's going to tuck it up. You're going to drag tacklers inside the 10 to the 7. 16 seconds left to go. The linesman is looking at the coaches to see if they want to take a timeout. The War Eagles aren't going to take a timeout here. We're going to take the 2 timeouts to the locker room. We're going to try and score one more time, though. 4-3-2. Snaps off. This will be the last play of the ball game. Towards the corner, looking for Dylan Moore, and is thrown too far and out of bounds, and that's going to be your ball game. Rolling to the right. Very difficult throw to try and hit the pylon in the corner. Dylan looks like, I don't know if he's a little shaken up or just a little upset at the end of the ball. Looks like he's more upset at the end of the ball game. But that's going to do it here tonight. Bentonville West Wolverines proved to be a little bit too much for our War Eagles on this occasion. War Eagles fought, had a few good possessions along the way. Coach, we got to regroup. It doesn't get any easier next week either.
No, and nothing's easy in this league, in any sport, with quality of coaching and the facilities and all the things you need to be competitive. Everybody has them. So, yeah, we got to tighten up our boots and move forward.
And I'm sure the Fayetteville Bulldogs aren't going to feel sorry for us next week either. So they're going to bring their A game. They've actually lost a couple games. They're in a playoff hunt themselves, and they're putting it on Springdale a little bit tonight, 20-7.
Well, you get in this time of the season, you got teams that are jockeying. Can they get a bye in the first round of the playoffs, which is a major advantage because it allows you to watch a game live and see how athletic the opponents are. It allows you to rest up and maybe get healthy. So there's some teams here that are trying to finish 1 or 2 to get in there, get in the playoffs and not have to play the first weekend. And then you got other guys that are jockeying for seeds. I'm sure they're looking at who's playing in the Central Conference and who they match up with, and so it's a time of the year that things get exciting, and it's not, like you said, Darren, it's not going to get any easier for the War Eagles.
No, Fayetteville, so they're 2-2 going into tonight. Even if they hold on, they're going to be 3-2, and they're going to trail certainly Bentonville West. Bentonville West is going to be leading the conference at 5-0. If Bentonville hangs on to beat the Mounties, then you would have the two Bentonville schools will be leading the conference at 5-0. Springdale, again, this is if it holds as it is right now. Fayetteville's only up at halftime, and Springdale's an explosive team. They could come back and catch up and win this game. But if it holds up now and Fayetteville goes on to defeat Springdale, you would see Fayetteville at 3-2. You'd see Springdale at 3-2. And the two Bentonville schools that have a 2-game lead over the rest of the conference with 2 games to go as they look to that head-to-head matchup, which is the last game of the year that would ultimately decide the West. And
that's a big game. Win or lose, I mean, I think that a lot of us that follow high school sports, especially in Arkansas, will say that the Central Arkansas Conference in football is probably as competitive as it's been in recent years, and could probably compete anywhere in the country. And we know that Bentonville, and we know that Fayetteville and Bentonville West are in that realm, but North Little Rock and Bryant are for real. So there's a lot of work to be done if you're thinking you're going to go for a while in the playoffs.
Coach, it's been good sitting next to you. I want to appreciate all the staff over here, War Eagle Television. Thanks for keeping us up and going. And all those that came out and joined us on the ballpark, and those that tuned in to watch us via YouTube, War Eagle Television, or on the Mascot Media app, thanks for joining us again. We look forward to doing it again next week. We only got 2 left. We're at Fayetteville next week, and we've got Rogers to end the season. Of course, the crosstown rival Mounties, that will be a good one as well. But until then, we wish you guys a very good craft fair weekend, whatever it is you decide to do if you're going to the Razorbacks game tomorrow. Anyway, just take care of yourself, have safe travels, wish you a very pleasant good night.